Hey everyone out there, this is Endgamers here, talking about the Prot Paladin player versus player in Battlegrounds and Arena. Today I've set up for you, part 1 is going to be spells and abilities. Part 2 will cover more of the gems and enchants and the spec of Prot Paladin. Now first we're going to look at the seals that are available to all Paladins, if you're Prot spec or otherwise I guess. So right here we have Seal of Truth, which is your normal damage, holy damage one, and that is pretty good. I use that every time I open up in a battleground. I use it all the time. In arena, I use it when I open up, and if I need to, I will switch. Now, Shield of Righteousness, it deals a small amount of holy damage. You do not want to use this one. It is worse than the Seal of Truth. I don't even know I even put that up there, but I just want to get that out of the way that you don't want to use that one. Seal of Justice, it will, stun, not stun, it used to stun, but it will make it like slower. So that is one that you do want to use if you're, well, if you want to switch to it if you got the guy running around a lot and, like a hunter maybe, or mage, you need a little bit of control on their speed and stuff like that, and like if they blink, you want to keep it in control. So you could get a glyph to, change that fast without wasting mana, because that's 3k right there. I think every seal is no, not every seal is 3k. Seal of Insight's one. Actually, I think I might have the glyph for that. That's why it's cheaper. Let me check. Yeah, that's why it's cheaper. I have the glyph. I don't know, but as a Prot Paladin, I would get the glyph, all three glyphs for insight or for the seals, so that you can switch them. But Seal of Insight, I would use that if you're trying to survive. Like, let's say your partner dies and you are alone, and you're trying to take the last guy down. You don't want to die, and you're using your holy power for Word of Glory. That's what I would use that for. And it also restores mana, so that's really great. So I would open up with Seal of Truth and switch to take this one off, and I would switch to Seal of Justice and Seal of Insight if needed. Now, I do not use these bars up here in normal. I just set that up for you guys so it makes it easier. Now, some of the heals that you have. The heals that you have: Divine Light, Holy Light, Flash of Light, and Word of Glory. Now, Divine Light, is your bigger heal, and it has a longer cast time. Holy Light is inexpensive, but has the same cast time as Divine Light. It's inexpensive, but not as powerful as Divine Light. Flash of Light is expensive. Yeah, it's expensive, 6k mana, and it is fast, but it heals pretty much. So if you're not bubbled, I would use Flash of Light if you're just trying to get a little heal off you, or off on you, or your partner. But if you have the time, I would use Holy Light. Although Flash of Light is better than using Divine Light. Word of Glory. Now, I would not. One second, I gotta clear my throat. Alright, so Word of Glory. That is a spell that you want to use not with every holy power that you get. I would use it every 3, but I wouldn't use it all the time. I would use your holy power on something better. So if you're alone or your partner's going down really fast, I would use it in emergencies. Alright, Judgment. We're going onto the attacks right now, so these are your spells. Flashlight would be the best one, maybe, if you're getting it off fast, Judgment. Alright, Judgment you want to use pretty much every time it's off cooldown. It helps. And, your seal, whatever, unleashes the seal's energy with... No, wait. Okay, I'm mixed up here. Sorry about that. Alright, Judgment. It's attack, it causes a lot of damage, and it's great. You know how Crusader Strike and Judgment, they both have cooldowns, and if you use... crap, I didn't even get that down there. It's called a weapon... Shoot, I'm sorry. Hammer of Righteousness. Now, the only reason I don't really know the name or not really familiar with it is because I do not use it a lot. I use Crusader Strike instead because I have tested it. I've tested damage, and my Crusader Strike is a lot better than using my Seal, or damn, are you serious? A Hammer of Righteousness. I'm sorry. So yeah, I would use that instead because they both share the same cooldown, and they both contribute to the Holy Power pool. So once you get your Holy Power up to about 2 or 3, I would use Shield of Righteousness. Now, that is a powerful attack. I've seen it crit for a lot, and, you know, it's one of your main Paladin abilities, just like the Rogue. You know, you get your Sinister Strike or whatever, build up your combo points, and you get Eviscerate or whatever, and, you know, that's a lot of damage. So that's a really great one. And that would share the same cooldown with Holy or Word of Glory. So if you can either use Shield of Righteousness, or Word of Glory. Now I would recommend using Shield of Righteousness if you are not in like extreme conditions or you actually need to, you know, like that stuff. Now Avenger Shield here, we have a great thing here. Let me show you the glyph for it. Now, you know, it has a cooldown of 15 seconds. It does a lot of damage, and I would recommend getting Focus Shield, which 2 fewer targets are hit, but it increases the damage significantly. And Dazing Shield, which dazes it and makes it the target slower. Also, I believe there is a talent to make it silence the target. I think it's talent. I don't remember. I know I have it. I'm sorry about that. I did a lot of research about this, but that's one thing I don't really know. All I know is it silences it. I remember reading it somewhere, and I have seen it silence. So now you get your Hammer of Justice. This is another offensive attack, and it will stun the target. That's really great to use, especially if you're about to get a target down, and you're getting it down, and the healer, you want to CC the healer, CC it, and that's really great. Now another thing, every time my Avenger Shield comes up, like, you know, if you're using Crusader Strike and Shield of Righteousness, and I think it's a talent, I'm going to go in here and check for you guys. Right, I don't know where it is exactly, but I know it's a talent. You know, it refreshes the cooldown of your Avenger actually, it refreshes the cooldown of your Avenger Shield. So, use that. Yeah, like, okay, I lost track. Alright, use the Avenger Shield if it comes off cooldown and you're on a DPS healer team, or against a DPS healer team. So you would use target the healer really quick, Avenger Shield it, go back to the DPS really fast, DPS it down, and then maybe once the silence is over, Hammer Justice it, and it's great because they can't heal for a little while there. And your next attack is Holy Wrath. You don't want to use that too much, but it will bring rogues out of hiding, rogues and druids. So let's take that off. Hammer of Wrath, you know it. It's great ability when they're low on damage, or low on health, I'm sorry, low on health. 20% or less, you can use that and it will pretty much knock them out. Not so much if they have a lot of resilience, but it's great. Because it's free cast and everything like that. I have it down here. Next we're going to move on to cooldowns. I'm going to take these, actually, I'll just get on here. These are the cooldowns. I put these here so I can watch my cooldowns, but we're going to go to the 3 cooldowns right here that I use for damage reduction. We have Ardent Defender, Guardian of Ancient Kings, and Divine Protection. This does not give you the debuff, which doesn't allow you to use Divine Shield. Now, they significantly reduce damage taken, so if you want to proc all 3 at once or spread them out, that would be great. Hand of Freedom, put it on your partner, put it on you. If your partner's in need, put it on him. If it's a healer, put it on him. It would help him, her a lot. Inquisition, I do not use that at all. I read it's not good, it's not that great. How long it lasts for the holy damage, I don't use it. Avenging Wrath, great spell, increases your damage done. Hand of Protection, something you really want to keybind to like your voodoo or something like that, and use on your partner if they die or they're getting close to dying. Divine Shield, you know it, it bubbles you immune, Shattering Throw, or Mass Dispel can take it off. Lay on Hands, it cannot be used in Battlegrounds, I think. I've tried it, it didn't work. Divine Guardian, another great thing, you want to use that. It helps a lot with your partner's health. Divine Plea, it regenerates your mana. Watch out for part 2, it's going to be great. Please subscribe. See ya.